to come before the court of law, file a suit for cancellation of the agreement, of the conveyance, and seek appropriate remedies in that regard. So that will be under section 31. Okay. Now item number 14 deals with injunction against private nuisance. Now you learn that here under the CPC, under section 91, 92, there's a public nuisance. Then under the CRPC also, when the magistrate can grant injunction in the case of public nuisance. Now the civil court granting you an order of injunction in private nuisance, that will be governed under Specific Relief Act, section 36, 37, and 38. Now here is an injunction which is granted by the court, a perpetual order of injunction. See, item number 14 speaks of a perpetual injunction restraining from burning or causing to burn any bricks on the defendant's plot of land marked B in the annexure plan. So the occasion of so as to occasion a nuisance to the plaintiff as the owner occupier of the dwelling house general condition. So here injunction is sought, a perpetual order of injunction restraining the defendant not to commit nuisance and annoyance and not to carry out activities which are detrimental to the plaintiff property. So judge injunction is granted perpetual injunction under section 38 of the Specific Relief Act. The decree must contain these particulars here. Then item number 15, can we see, injunction against building higher than the old level. That is a construction which is sought to be put up by the defendant against the building bylaws under a municipal corporation. So when you without permission of the corporation, you start constructing a building, carrying out a repair, and the municipal corporation will issue notice to you for demolition. Like in Kanuga's case, that actress, she has moved that here. The action of the corporation is illegal in that regard, though she has not filed a suit and gone directly to the writ court, because for filing a suit you have to give a 60 days notice, 30 days notice under section 80, which has been awarded. Now in this matter here, a perpetual order of injunction can be granted by the court under section 35, 38 of the Specific Relief Act. That is how a decree is drawn up accordingly. Then item number 16, kindly see, injunction restraining use of private road. This is also with regard to perpetual order of injunction, which is granted under the provisions of section 38 of the Specific Relief Act. Now this is something new. Now item number 17, a preliminary decree in administration suit. Now in the CPC, they are not mentioned what is the administration suit, but a bare reference is given. Now what is the administration suit? I think you have gone through the provisions of Indian Succession Act in your first year. Mansi, when you please open that, under the Indian Succession Act, a suit would lie against a administrator, a person, creditors here. Now section 266 may kindly be open. A court granting administration and probate, they have power under section, there's a district court. There's a district court power to grant, produce testamentary papers. Now in the city of Bombay, the Bombay High Court entertains district court power as to grant probate and administration. Now here administration is a suit for administration, 266 of the Indian Succession Act. Now here the decree is passed. So when a suit is filed for administration, like I told you, gave an example, if your grandfather has left properties in Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, a rich businessman, and your uncle was his partner during his lifetime, after the demise of your father, you and your brother and sister are entitled to share, and your uncle is not giving you a share. So you can, and you do not know what are the dwelling houses, properties in Calcutta, Madras, and Delhi. You only know of Bombay. So you can file a suit for administration in the city of Bombay after obtaining leave under clause 12 of the latest patent or under section 20 of the CPC, and file a suit for administration under section 266. It will be filed in the district court, in the city of Bombay, Bombay High Court. Elsewhere in Delhi, if you are filing, say district court in Delhi. If you're filing in the Calcutta, Bombay and Madras, they have original jurisdiction, you can directly file. Other places in district court. So a decree is passed by the court directing the defendant to submit the accounts. What are the list of the properties? Now, admitted properties are come on record, then evidence is recorded. The first, a decree passed by the court, a preliminary decree of the administration. Okay, that will be under Order 20, Rule 13 CPC. Now, kindly see Order 20, Rule 13. Order 20, Rule 13. Yeah. Decree for administration, see that is mentioned here under Order 20, Rule 13. Where a suit is for account of any property and for due administration under the decree, the court shall, before passing the final decree, pass a preliminary decree. Okay, ordering such accounts and inquiries be made and giving such order direction as it fits. So this is how they have introduced the format here in clause D of a decree for administration suit. Yeah, next item number 18 देखिए आप. Oh, yeah, sorry, before I come to say 18, 17 के अंदर check कर लें आप. Now the decree item credit, see, it is mentioned in conformity with order 20, Rule 13. Item number suit for legatees. See, it can be legatees can file it, or creditors can file it, kin can file it. Then item number 4, accounts are sought from the defendant, funeral and testamentary dispenses, an account for movable property, inquiry with regard to movable properties, and the defendant doth hereby so and so to pay in the court. Deposit the money which is in your hand lying. Item number 9 and 10, directions are issued to carry out. The very lengthy directions which are item number till 15 tak dekhiye. These are in the nature of a direction to give full amount and detail. Then a final decree in the administration suit by legatee, item number 18. See that here, executive form number 18 is it is a final decree. So after the accounts are taken, completed, if both the parties are satisfied, then the court is of the opinion that the decree which has been passed needs to be confirmed. Now, under the provisions of section 97, you learn that here preliminary decree must be appealed. If you don't appeal it, final decree you are barred. That please again to recapitulate your memory, I would like you to see the provisions of section 97 once again. Mansi, can you kindly please open? Appeal from final decree, no appeal from preliminary decree. Where an agreed party preliminary decree passed after the commencement of the court does not appeal from the decree, he shall be precluded from disputing the correctness of an appeal which may be preferred from the final decree. So don't forget to challenge the preliminary decree, please. That is the main decree ultimately. Then come next to item number 19, preliminary decree in administration suit. Again, it is repeated, section 266, and I will not repeat again. 20 also a final decree. Okay. Now, item number 21, that is form number 21 is important. A preliminary decree in a suit for dissolution of partnership and for taking partnership account. Now, you know that under the Indian Partnership Act, the partners carry on business. When dispute occur, they can file a suit for a dissolution of the partnership firm under section 44. Mansi, can you open section 44, please, of the Indian Partnership Act? Section 44 of the Indian Partnership Act. Now, this is the substantive provision when a suit can be filed. by the partners for dissolution. And you know the requirement of Partnership Act under section 69, the partnership firm must be registered and the partners must be in the registration in the state of Maharashtra. There's a bar if the firm is not registered. But that point, even an unregistered firm can go for dissolution under section 44. Okay, that decree is passed. In this here, see, now this decree is passed, and what kind of a decree? Kindly open and see Order 21, Rule 49 and 50. Order 21. Under Order 21, Rule 49 and 50, CPC, this is the, kindly see, there's a specific mention about this decrease here, attachment of partnership property. So in the case of partnership, when one partner says that here the other partner is not giving proper account, or a creditor outside agent says that my amounts are not being paid, a suit has been filed against partnership firm. You know that against the partnership firm suit can be filed. Certain provisions of the CPC are required to be met. You need not join the partners if the defendant takes objection. The law mandates that here you are required to join them a party. That you learn under the CPC. That is the relevant provision is Order 33. Suit by or against partnership firms. Mansi, please kindly see that. Suits by indigent, 33 indigent person. That is
30, sir.
Order 30. Yeah, which we had dealt in the past, dealing with the suit in respect of partnership firm. That is Order 30, isn't it? Suit by or against firms that you are required to follow the provisions of Order 30 is its conformity, and ultimately after hearing the suit, the court passes the decree and attachment can take place under the provisions of Order 21, Rule 49 and 50. 49 and 50, attachment of property, then execution of decree against the firm. Now these are partners property, 49, and the firm, and the decree is drawn up here. Kindly see in item number, form number 21 is a detail. Now form number 21 say, directed that the petitioner state the properties are follows. The firm's properties. Then item number 2, the court passes that the partnership firm stand dissolved. That is a decree in conformity with the provisions of section 44 of the Partnership Act. Then after passing the, because normally in a partnership suit, receivers are appointed as a matter of course. One partner may take up the plea that other partner is not allowing to run the business and misappropriating the profit. In partnership suit, like in mortgages suit, appointment of a court receiver under Order 40, Rule 1 is as a matter of course. Please note that here. Whenever a client comes to you or exam questions are passed to you, you must take up this plea here, and without hesitation you must add the ground of receiver, prayer for receiver, so that the other partner doesn't usurp your properties and the receiver takes over the entire charge of the business. That is why the provision with regard to receiver of the property, then amounts are distributed, amount liabilities are distributed. Item number 3, account dealings and transactions, the plaintiff or defendant from the foot of the account are settled. So ultimately the court passes a decree how the firm is wound up, and the accounts are proportionately distributed as per the share of the and the liabilities are in that concern. Then item
Sorry
number
to interrupt.
30,
So 3 minutes are left.
yeah, I'll just complete item number 22. that is a final decree is passed in partnership in form number 22 in that regard by the court. Please note that if anybody is agreed by the judgment and decree of the preliminary decree under section 96, you must file the appeal. Otherwise, there is a bar. Yeah, anybody has any question, please ask me here before I take up the next topic. Any questions? Yeah, if you have no questions, then I will further proceed. Then item number, form number 23 deals with decree for recovery of land and mean profits. So if we have learned that here a suit for recovery of possession. In a suit for recovery of possession from a trespasser or from a tenant or a erstwhile licensee, or a person having no right at interest. And the normal prayer is that here that the defendant be ordered and decreed to quit, vacate, hand over quite vacant, peaceful possession. Now that decree for possession is passed by the court under Order 20, Rule 9. Mansi, please kindly open Order 20, Rule 9. Decree for recovery of immovable property. Please note that here. Now the format is given by the court here of the land ke baare mein diya and also including mean profit. Now a decree for mean profits we have learned here under Order 20, Rule 12. Mansi, kindly open Order 20, Rule 12. Decree, under Rule 12, decree for possession and mean profit combined together. Kindly see that what is applicable will be to form number 23, Order 20, Rule 12. Decree for possession and mean profit. Dono hai. Now, if you come back to form number 23, the first requirement possession is given here. Then the court, item number 2, the court is directing the defendant to pay the amount, maybe rent, maybe compensation, maybe mean profit. Then item number 3, inquiry be made as to mean profit. This inquiry is made under Order 20, Rule 12C. Rule C के हिसाब से there is an inquiry passed. This is a preliminary decree. This is not a final decree. Then the court has directed. Then when this decree is passed by the court direction for mean profit, you are only allowed to take possession first and start a new proceedings by examining your architect, valuable other witnesses as to what should be the quantum of the amount that you have to lead separate evidence. Okay. So when a decree is passed by this court here, there are two types of decrees. One is for possession, another decree for mean profit.